Accidents don't just happen on our busy roads here in Florida. They also happen on the water. And Katharine Stone from Barbas Law is here to explain what's involved after a boating accident. Katharine, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am well. Yeah, I feel like we spend so much of our time talking about, PIP insurance and car insurance and what to do. Change it up a little.
Obviously with the beautiful weather, I just went to the beach last weekend and I'm watching all the boats drive by and, getting ready for coming in and talking to you. I said, well, we need to touch on this because there are unfortunately, a lot of accidents that happen out on the water. And an accident can be, involving with collision with another vessel. A collision with property such as a dock or somebody's seawall or whatever it may be. But it can also be if the driver of the boat isn't doing his due diligence and is negligent and is going too fast or hits a wave or a wake incorrectly and causes the boat to capsize or causes the boat to take on too much water and causes injuries to his passengers. That also can be a boating accident. That if the boat owner and the boat operator should have some type of insurance coverage that if that boat operator was negligent, then there would be coverage for any injuries to passengers on board as a result of that. I was actually kind of surprised when I first started doing boats that was interesting.
Yeah, because it's a step further that you wouldn't necessarily think about when it comes to accidents.
They look at, well, what would a reasonable boat driver or boat operator do? And so again, the speed of your boat and knowing the navigable waters, from what I understand, and knowing what wakes you can enter into from other boats, knowing what waves you should avoid, even weather. If you know that the weather's not optimal weather to take a boat out and you take passengers on with you, and then the weather somehow causes, the boat to capsize, the boat to take on water, thrusting passengers around, that all can quote be a boat accident.
I had no idea.
That's why I was literally sitting on the beach Sunday going, I should talk about this.
I don't like hearing that you're on the beach, having to thinking about, coming onto our show, or maybe I do.
Always thinking about work.
Always thinking about work. Hopefully it's not work when you come and visit us. But while you were thinking about this, and realizing everything that falls under an accident, what do people need to keep in mind, since that is the time of year where boats are starting to be out and we're starting to see an increase of boats out there?
Well, I would make sure that before you get on any boat that you at least have some knowledge of how long that person who's going to be driving the boat has been operating boats. And also, knowing who the boat owner is. Are they the kind of person to keep their boats, up to speed? In other words, have they maintained their boat? If they tell you, oh, I haven't taken this thing out in over a year, and they haven't done any maintenance on it, I'm not sure I would get on that boat.
Good things to know.
If you've got a brand new boat driver who's never driven before, I would be a little hesitant and want to know what kind of training that person has done. But just also, and of course the big one is not letting someone drive you around who's been drinking, because there is boating under the influence. Instead of DUI, there's BUIs. As a former prosecutor at one point, I did see those, unfortunately. So again, there's not only criminal responsibilities with regards to driving a boat while intoxicated, you can also injure people as well by doing that.
All things to keep in mind. If you have questions about boats, car insurance, really anything under the sun when it comes to legal, well, be sure to contact Katharine and her team, 1-800-BARBAS-LAW, or go to barbaslaw.com.